Since the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Vietnam, and the rooftops of Mosul, the military working dog has been there, in the dark, doing the work no piece of technology has ever been able to replace. But the dog that serves today's warfighter looks nothing like the one that served his grandfather. And understanding why tells you everything about how modern warfare has changed. The German Shepherd built the reputation. From World War II sentry duty to Cold War base security, it was the face of American military canine power. The Army's 26th Infantry Scout Dog Platoon deployed shepherds into Vietnam's triple canopy jungle. Marine Corps war dogs swept beaches ahead of amphibious landings. The breed was trusted, proven, and for decades unquestioned, until the mission changed. As the U.S. Special Operations Command expanded its operational footprint through the 1990s and into the post-9/11 era, units like SEAL Team 6, the 75th Ranger Regiment, and the 161st Special Operations Aviation Regiment began demanding more from their canine partners than any patrol breed was ever built to deliver. Shipboarding operations, submarine lockout dives, fast rope insertions from MH-60 Blackhawks onto moving vessels in open ocean. The German Shepherd's skeletal architecture, its long lumbar spine, its broader hip structure, absorbed the punishment badly. Hip dysplasia ended careers. Orthopedic injuries grounded dogs that had cost hundreds of hours of training. The military needed a leaner, more durable weapon with even more drive. The Belgian Malinois didn't replace the German Shepherd overnight. The Army's military police still deploys shepherds. Base security, prison operations, and conventional patrol work still suit the breed well. But for Tier 1 maritime missions, for the Navy SEALs' most sensitive direct action taskings, the Malinois became the primary choice. When Cairo, a SEAL Team 6 Malinois, participated in Operation Neptune Spear in 2011, the world got its first real look at what had been quietly reshaping the Special Operations canine program for a decade. Halo, or high-altitude low opening, is one of the most extreme insertion methods in the US military inventory. Jumping from 30,000 feet, breathing pressurized oxygen through a full-face mask, hitting terminal velocity in under 12 seconds. Navy SEALs and Army Special Forces operatives train extensively for it. The physiological demands are significant even for a conditioned human athlete. Now imagine doing it with a dog strapped to your chest. Custom tandem harnesses, developed in coordination with Naval Special Warfare Command, distribute the dog's weight across the handler's torso through a rigid load-bearing frame. Purpose-built oxygen masks, fitted with airtight seals around the muzzle, deliver continuous positive pressure oxygen from jump altitude through the hypoxic zone. The mask must hold its seal against wind blast exceeding 120 miles per hour. Both the human and the dog are breathing from the same integrated oxygen system. The Malinois' compact center of gravity is not incidental. At 40 to 65 pounds, the dog sits close to the handler's center mass during freefall. The combined tandem profile stays aerodynamically stable. Larger breeds create asymmetric drag, making the unit harder to control at terminal velocity, a serious problem when a SEAL must track his canopy deployment, monitor his altimeter, and manage a living animal simultaneously. The physiological cost on the dog is a real challenge too. Rapid decompression at altitude stresses the capillary beds of canine lung tissue. Post-insertion protocols across naval special warfare now include pulmonary screening after any high-altitude deployment. The military has learned, sometimes the hard way, that the canine athlete needs the same post-mission medical attention as the human one. The Malinois doesn't win on raw power, as a Rottweiler generates roughly 328 pounds per square inch in bite force. A military-trained German Shepherd approaches 238. The Malinois sits around 195. In a straight test of crushing force, it loses. But in the geometry of a ship's corridor or a VBSS boarding ladder, where shoulder width is the enemy and speed is everything, the Malinois wins every time. Army Rangers use Malinois to clear buildings ahead of assault elements. The breed's 24-inch shoulder height, its explosive short-range acceleration, and its willingness to re-engage immediately after a takedown make it the right tool for the right fight, as truly a jack of all trades. Modern extended operations place a different type of demand on the canine operator. The 75th Ranger Regiment's Canine Integration Program emphasizes metabolic endurance alongside tactical performance. High-drive working dogs like the Malinois burn fuel at an extraordinary rate, but their lean muscle tissue recovers faster than that of heavier breeds. Handlers operating on multi-day missions carry high-density rations engineered specifically for working dogs, 30% protein, 20% fat, designed for rapid glycogen replenishment in the field. The breed runs hot, but it keeps running like a high-performance vehicle. The US military sources its working dogs through a combination of domestic breeding programs, including the 341st Training Squadron at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, the longest-running military dog training facility in the world, and elite European sportline breeders operating primarily in Belgium, the Netherlands, and the Czech Republic. A top-tier working Malinois from a proven protection sport lineage, certified HIP scores, documented prey drive, traceable 3-generation pedigree, commands between $25,000 and $30,000 before a single day of operational training begins. The most decorated bloodlines, with championship-titled ancestors and verified deployment records, have sold for considerably more. The military pays, because what happens next costs far more to produce than the dog itself. What handlers across naval special warfare, Army Special Forces, and the Marine Raiders call the off switch is the rarest quality in any high-drive dog. The ability to move from absolute calm to maximum aggression and back again on a single command shows incredible temperament. Most dogs with the prey drive required for Tier 1 work never develop it. They wash out. Modern neuromapping tools, adapted from veterinary neurological diagnostics, are now being piloted at select breeding facilities to evaluate brain activity in young puppies during complex stimulus tests. The goal is to identify, at 8 weeks old, the neural architecture that predicts elite operational capability. The science is early, but the direction is not. The canine operator of 2026 is on another level to what we realize. Real-time heads-up display systems integrated into SEAL and Ranger handler optics allow remote direction of a deployed dog through vest-mounted cameras, bone conduction audio commands, and haptic signaling. Vibration patterns the dog reads as precisely as voice commands. A handler can steer his dog through a cleared building from a staging position outside, watching the dog's eye view in his eyepiece, issuing directional cues through a wrist controller. The craziest thing is that not all of the current technology is not being fully known to the public. The sky for these dogs is the limit. Ultimately, autonomous systems can surveil a coastline. Drones can relay real-time intelligence. An AI platform can process a building's thermal signature in milliseconds. But none of them will follow you off a ramp at 30,000 feet, take a bullet for you. And they certainly will not sit at the edge of the flight deck at dawn, press against your leg, and make the ocean feel a little smaller. The four-legged operator isn't a tool, it's a teammate. And that is a distinction no algorithm has closed yet. And no branch of the US military is in any hurry to let it.